Turkey meatballs are in the oven. Going to start the beetroot risotto while they're cooking. Now, I have my apron on. Beetroot and I do not mix. Really, really simple recipe, this one. I'm going to start on here with putting, there we go. I've got a knob of butter in here. And what I'm going to do is I've got some finely sliced onion, and we're going to just cook that onion, not until it's brown, just needs to be soft, translucent. Then what we're going to do is add the risotto rice with a bit of wine and some garlic. Now, I think this wine glass, oh yes it did, came from an airplane. I'm not telling you which one it is. If you know the symbol, you'll be able to tell me too. I'm not going to be bothering roasting my own garlic for this either. I've got that pre-packaged stuff that you can get in the deli department or in the fruit and veg department. You can also use tinned beetroot for this as well. I'll just turn this down a bit. It's got the zhuzh on already. There we go. One more. And with this one, what I'm going to do with it, you can mash it with a fork, but because I'm such a messer with beetroot, I'm going to put it in my little whizzy stick blender thingy. And you just want it, you know, finely chopped, roughly chopped. If you're getting the tin stuff, you can get it diced already in nice small dice pieces. I'd keep it like that, don't do anything with it. Okay, so we're just going along here. Really important with risotto is when after you've put your rice in, everything's toasted and you start putting the stock in, that you stir it almost constantly. Unfortunately, it's not one that isn't time consuming, but it's really worth it because you'll end up with a far creamier consistency. To that, I'm going to add the arborio rice. There's a couple of different risotto rices you can use, but this is the quickest one and the easiest one I can find at the supermarket. What I'm going to do is pop that in, and the garlic too. I'm going to be ambidextrous, so you use my left hand. And make a noise. There you go. Now just pop this one so you can see what's going on in here as well. Need to toast that rice just so it's a bit drier and it's ready to soak up the stock. I like doing the risotto with these meatballs. As a whole dish, it's visually really appealing. And it's just a bit different to the roast veg on Christmas Day. You know, you don't want to have the roast veg if it doesn't suit you. If you've got a really dry mouth, a sore mouth, difficulty chewing, this is far more moist. You can make it as moist as you need it to be. You can really loosen it up with extra liquid as well. You can also add in, as I said, other flavours. I don't know if it would go with a bit of nutmeg, just a sprinkle of nutmeg in there. I quite often like putting mint in with my things. It settles my tummy quite nicely. There we go. Look, I think that's probably heading towards where we need it to be. We're going to go in with our glass of wine, with our stolen glass from the airline. Need that to sizzle a bit so it burns off the alcohol. Now, stock. There are some really, really good quality stocks you can buy from delis and supermarkets these days. I've actually never made a stock, not surprising really. Get something that's going to suit your energy levels, put it that way. If you don't need to make it, don't make it. You're going to put in a bit less than half a cup at a time for this. I want it to soak up as it goes. I might put that into there as we go too, so I don't make a mess on my table runners. Here we are. Stock is still nice and hot. Want it to be hot as it goes in. Put it up another notch. You see, just don't need to be too vigorous with the stirring, just moving it around, breaking up the starches so you get that creaminess from the rice. There you go, this is coming. You can see that's soaking up that moisture and that stock, so it's probably almost ready for the next one. So we'll pop in one more. I'll continue on with this and I'll get back to you when it's getting towards the end. I've got to the consistency I want it to be. I could probably add a bit more moisture to that, bit more stock. However, comes the fun part, I'm going to put in the beetroot. Now, as you can see, I've chopped it up in my little blender, and it's all different sizes, but it's mostly fine. A few bigger chunks in there. Just get that in, being very careful, of course. There we go. Yum. There. And just watch that colour transformation. That's looking just how I want it now. It's still really moist. And it's had the beetroot through it. Just look at that colour. And honestly, I want to eat that now. Okay, so just to that, I'll probably just add just a small knob of butter. Look, you could also stir through some yoghurt, some natural yoghurt, Greek yoghurt, maybe even some creme fraiche if you felt like that. I quite like coconut yoghurt with just about everything. Let that butter melt in there. I'm also going to put in a little bit of Parmesan cheese, if I can open up the packet. Leave this one up to you whether you want this in here or not, particularly people who are suffering with bitter tastes and things that are too salty. I'd probably leave out the saltier cheeses. You may want to go for a soft cheese. That would go perfectly well in here. Stir that through. Now, what have I got? Oh, I've been out to the garden and I picked some fresh thyme, so I think we'll just pull that and pop that into there. A little bit of lemon juice too, freshly squeezed. And I've got, oh, poor old parsley's been sitting here looking a bit tired. Has anybody else cut their herbs with a pair of scissors? I love the look of those herb scissors that you can get. They look gorgeous. I like stalks. Stalks have so much flavour. Troubles. The turkey balls are out of the oven, so I'm just going to plate this up. Sorry, I do like to make a noise, in case you've probably guessed that by now. Let's just have some of this onto here. Honestly, who wouldn't love this as an alternative sort of Chrissy dinner? And just look how gorgeously moist that is. I'm going to pop a couple of these on top. There we go. And oh, where's my little thyme gone? A bit more thyme. Thyme on top, nice sprinkle. There we are. That's turkey and cranberry meatballs with a beetroot risotto. Great for all different sorts of side effects, particularly dry mouth and throat. You'll love this one. See you for the next one.